Well, this year Nate and I didn't draw the same area, so I'm going my way and he's going his way, and hopefully we meet up. There's some big deer in the back of our trucks. Weird thing is I live up there and Nate's hunting up there, and Nate lives down here and I'm hunting down here, so I don't know.
Didn't coordinate too well.
No. But we'll get our hands bloody, hopefully.
To the hunt.
To the hunt. Kill them.
Well, it is now 2:20 and I'm just barely getting the truck all packed up to go. Fortunately, I left work a couple of hours later than I was expecting, but got the truck all loaded. Now we're headed up to Wyoming to meet my dad and his cousin, and then we'll head up and make camp and hopefully get there in time to glass a little bit tonight before the hunt starts tomorrow. Here we go, 2018. Finally, after starting to head up the canyon and realizing the canyon's close, having to go through Salt Lake, and there being an accident there and getting stuck in traffic, so now it's 5 o'clock and we still have to drive all the way up there from here. But we're all loaded and ready to go. Headed up. Also, just a fun side note, this is my dad's old truck. It has 274,000 miles on it, and the AC does not work. So that's been fun. And this little guy is my AC for the trip. Little fan, sprays me a little bit. And this is what's been trying to keep me cool on this drive. So that's always fun too. Well, here we are. Here's the same place Jason and I camped at last year, the second part of the hunt. It's infested with cows and flies, but it's close to the area and it's open. Okay, glassing the night before the hunt. We have spotted 3 bucks so far. Yeah. On these two. So I'll try to get this one. There's 2 little 2-points and a 3-point and a couple of does.
Oh my.
$5.20 opening morning. Up and we're getting some hot chocolate going. Go find the deer we saw last night. Sun's finally peeking over the mountains. We went to the spot that we saw the bucks last night, and there was a hunter already there, pretty much standing in the same spot that we saw the 3-point last night. But he looked like he was just kind of standing there with his hands in his pockets. So now we're just trying to find other places to come and sit and glass, and hopefully this sun will help him stand out a little bit more, because we haven't seen anything at all yet. So we came to another spot where I've seen deer in the past and spotted 6 or 7 deer right off the bat. One of them's a little 2-point, and then 4 other little deer just walked up right below us. So at least we're finally starting to see some of them now. Headed off. Dad just dropped me at the top of the mountain, and I'm gonna hike my way through some pine trees back down to camp A little bit of a different setup this year. I'm going to try the stalker decoy. Also going to try to self-film with this on here. So we'll see if that all works out, and hopefully we find some deer or elk as I walk through here. Well, so far I've seen about 5 or 6 deer. Pretty sure all of them were does. One of them may have been a small buck. I didn't get a very good look at him. I just went through some of the thickest and steepest stuff. Tons of deadfall. But I scared up something big. I don't know what it was. But I know that it was big. But it was way too thick to see anything. I think I'm almost back to camp.
You guys do dinner first and then go back out, or do you?
Closing up day 1. Came in the evening to walk out on the hillside to just sit in glass for a while. And all of a sudden I hear my dad just cow calling a bunch to me, and I turn around and he's pointing up the hill, so I look up. There's a big buck standing up on top of the hill, just silhouetted, just staring down at us. So I just point the elk up at it and start walking towards it. It probably let me get another 50 or 60 yards closer to it, just staring at me as I was walking towards it, but never got close enough to even think about getting a shot. And he ran up over the hill and lost him over there. So now I'm just about back to the truck to end up our first day. I just had a stalk on a little 2 or 3 point. Scott and I were just walking down the bottom of this and saw this 2 point starting to come down the hill. So we tried to get down in front of it, but it saw us. So I used the little decoy to try to get closer to it. I think I got within about 70 or 80 yards. And I actually drew back and was about to let one fly. But then he took off again and went right back up the hill. But for a while, when it saw the cow decoy, it kept staring at it, and then it trotted and got closer to us. We thought that it might come right back into us, but it didn't. It's still fun. Glad we saw one, and at least got to try to make a stalk. We've got a moose. Is he looking behind him? He is. He's not looking at us. That's a big moose. I could shoot that thing. Okay, so update. It is now Monday morning. We really haven't been seeing too much this whole hunt, but we came to the spot where I've been trying to find the deer the whole time, and look up and there's 8 bucks all grouped together, all on the top of this little ridge. So we only saw them for about 30 seconds. I didn't really get a good video before they fed out of sight. So now I'm gonna try to hike in around to where they're feeding. Brent and his son are gonna come up from the bottom of another draw and just kind of sit and wait, so that hopefully one of us will see these bucks. It's going to be hard with so many of them together. But it definitely got us motivated again. Now I'm getting close. I'm hoping they're just over this hill. So I'm going to have to camel up a little bit and sneak over. I've got 2 bucks below me out in the middle of the sagebrush feeding. Shoot. I just spooked the bucks. I was watching a few of the bucks down here, and it turns out there were some hidden over in here that I couldn't see, and I'm just wide out in the open here. I've counted 5 so far, so there could still be some down there. Oh, but man, the buck that was over here in front of me, he was a big 4x4 with a big cheater coming out one side. Oh, man. There still might be a few down there. So I'm gonna head down that way and see. Well, a little update. We split up and I came on top of this hill where the big buck ran over. Just kind of sit in glass and look at the area. So I was getting ready to back out of here and just leave all these deer where they are and come back this evening. And I look down and I see a buck standing right where Brent was. When I tried to radio him to stay there, there was a good little 4-point right there. I don't know if it's the same 4-point that I saw in the other trees, if it just doubled back, or if it's a different 4-point. I know that initially we saw 7 or 8 different bucks up here, so it could have been a different one. It's been really interesting to sit up here and watch these 2 little 2-points have come exactly right back to where they were feeding this morning when I came and made the stock and scared that big one. These 2 2-points have walked all the way. They ran away to a grove, but then they've walked right back to where they were this morning. Same with that one 4-point. It ran away into a grove, and an hour or so later it slowly worked its way back, went into the big pine trees. Well, the morning hunt's over. Decided to just back out knowing that there's a few bucks still in that area, so we can come back this evening, hopefully at the same spot, and wait for them to come out of the trees to feed. And then again, maybe in the morning. So hopefully we still see some stuff today. Big old storm. just found a monster on the hill directly across from me. Holy cow. He's big. And he's a different one from any that we've seen so far. Say that again, Brent. Well, just packed up camp, headed back out. Last day, it's about 12 o'clock. Figure I'll just drive some of these back roads all the way till I get back out and see if there's a little draw or something that I want to walk on the way out. But otherwise, that's a wrap for the hunt. We finally got into them after 3 days. They just weren't where we could go after them really today, or at least they weren't where we thought they were going to be. I'm glad I finally got a few good videos and pictures of some of the big bucks that we saw. I was surprised that we saw those 3 really nice bucks in that same area. So I'll probably put a bunch of those videos over talking, because I feel like most of this video is just going to be me talking like this, which is pretty boring. So I'll just overlay it with some of those videos. And if I don't make it back up here, then it'll be on to the extended archery. So there you go. Brotherhood of the Bow. P.S. Jason, why did you not draw this tag? I'm just gonna have to overlay the pictures of the 3 really big bucks right here and ask you why you put in for another area. And not only that, but a dedicated. So that means you're not going to be getting this tag for, what, 3 or 4 years? Don't know why you did it, Jason. Hope it was worth it. Well, I decided to hike one last little canyon. It's one that Jason and I drove by last year. Saw it on Google Earth. Looks like a cool little canyon. It's more exploratory, just walking the bottom, especially since there's a lot of sheep in this part of it, so there's not going to be any animals. But I'm just going to hike the bottom of it and back out just for future reference. It's a cool little canyon, a lot of willows in the bottom, so we'll see. This is a pretty cool looking little, I'll call it a wallow. Just wondering if it's been elk or cows that have been in it. So I'm walking through the bottom of this draw, just thinking that, man, if there's anywhere that I've been that I'll see elk, it would be here. Right after that, I scare something up, look over, I just see, the brown legs run by. Go up further. Was that a bull that just chirped? I scare it up again and see the butt of it, and it's an elk. I think I have a bull kind of barking above me. I was coming across this opening and looked up, saw something. I was like, oh, that might be an elk. No, it's just a tree stump. So I keep going closer. Oh, it wasn't elk, it was a cow, just staring at me. So I tried to move where I could get a shot, and then it took off. Man. And I have no idea where it went. This stuff is pretty thick out here. This is the draw that I just walked up the bottom of. Saw at least a few elk, several deer, a couple things that I don't know what they were. Well, there you go, Jason. I was thinking this whole time but I haven't had a grouse-induced heart attack yet. Lo and behold, hiking back the last little bit of the hunt, 2 grouse right by me fly up. So I hope you're happy. Made it back to the main trail. I'm glad I went on this hike. It's pretty good. Saw a few elk, a few deer, a couple of does that I could have shot for sure. But hey, if they would have been bucks, it would have been a very long haul to get them out. But now I'm on the main trail, and I know I have nothing to worry about except for cows. There's a few rubs. I was waiting to see some rubs all day. Big 4-point trying to cross the road in front of me when I get to town. That's how it goes.